So the topic for today's discussion is zero likes, zero comments, no new followers. Okay, so when I started writing as just one random girl writing and posting on WhatsApp. And I know many people are doing the same thing, just writing and then posting on WhatsApp. Then you get likes. Then WhatsApp didn't even have that like emoji, that love emoji. They didn't have it then. So you just get people comments, oh, what a beautiful write up, what a nice write up, on WhatsApp. And then, one thing I noticed is building your audience on WhatsApp. It's kind of good, but it's not sustainable. In that, if you lose your contact, if you lose your phone, your audience are totally gone. So while I was at the 100 level, I was having, engagements on WhatsApp, doing this, people were commenting, had contacts, da, 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 da. And then I went for an exam and somehow my phone was stolen and that was all. I had to start afresh, but I still didn't learn my lesson because, as I said, one thing being in a community will help you do is grow faster. You will grow fast. You will learn fast. You will not make the mistake that whoever is, the leader of the community or the mentor has made in time past. That is the essence of building a community. So there are some writers here joined now, and I see them post on WhatsApp and so beautiful piece, engaging. But what is the sustainability of what you are posting? Are you building or you are just posting? Okay. Are you building or you're just posting? So today I want to define what an audience is. I want to define to you what an audience is. And as I said, writing is different from posting. Writing is different from marketing. And there's something called content branding. There's something called content marketing. So many people don't know this. All they just do is let me write and let me just post. Let me write and let me just post. And that leads you to nowhere, actually. The only thing you get is love emoji. And that's even if they deem it fit to send you love emoji. And many a times you don't even tend to get that love emojis or the like emoji and all that. People just maybe not even read and pass. People just scroll and just scroll and just scroll. Then there is a problem. There is a problem. So from my experience, I want to let you know that your piece is good. That means your write-up is good. That your write-up is so creative. That your write-up is beautiful. That your write-up is inspiring. It doesn't mean that it's going to be engaged. No. It doesn't guarantee the engagement. In fact, you can get a write-up. You that if you're a Christian, you can be led to write and put something online, and then you just see that what's going on, no engagement. That your write-up is good, God-given, does not guarantee the fact that it's going to, get traction, is going to be so engaged. So what are the things you're doing wrong? What are the things you're supposed to put in place? What are the things that you should know? So one thing you should know is writing is like a word on its own. It's like, okay, let me bring it down. Writing is like a country. It's just like maybe you're in South Africa or let's say Nigeria, because I'm in Nigeria currently. So let's just say writing is a whole country on its own. And then you are in that country with different citizens and you want your own voice to be heard. So imagine a country with over 160 million person, and that person wants his or her voice to be heard. It's not an overnight work. You have to do the drilling, the digging. There's a lot of things that goes on before your voice can actually be heard. Okay, and this is what many writers want. You see writers, online having followers, doing stuff, and you're wondering, I also write. In fact, I write more than this person writes. So what's the problem? It's just that you've not gotten something right, or you are actually doing something wrong. So, as I said, today's discussion is going to be majorly on building your own online audience, engaging audience, loyal audience. As I said earlier, I'll be telling you my own experience, my mistakes, so that you don't make the same thing. As I said, a community is just a place for you to get this opportunity so that you don't make the same mistake your leader once made, or whoever it is your mentor once made. Okay, so one of the things you should know is when you are building an audience, if you have a plan to build an audience with your writing skill, you need to choose a platform. Choose a social media platform. Okay, in my own case, I chose Facebook because I was more conversant with Facebook. At that time, I didn't even know if LinkedIn, I didn't really know much about LinkedIn. I didn't even know it existed when I started writing. I didn't know anything about LinkedIn. But Facebook, I was always on Facebook because I had a phone that could, go on Facebook, and I used to see things on Facebook. So choose a platform that you like, that you are conversant with, that you engage. Don't go and choose Twitter if you don't have any idea of how Twitter works. Don't go and choose Instagram if you don't know how Instagram works. And the funny thing is, there are writers on Instagram actually. But Instagram is like a platform, a social media place for videos, reels. It does like more traction. There are more traction for videos and reels on Instagram compared to Facebook and the likes and the likes. Okay. So you need to choose a social media platform that will enhance your writing skill. A social media platform that supports writers. Okay. So check the social media handles you have, or whatever social media platform you belong to. Check them round, see what you are doing there, analyze what you are doing there. At that point, when I started, I wasn't on Instagram. In fact, I wasn't on Instagram, but I was on Facebook. I wasn't posting, but I was always reading people's posts, people's articles on Facebook. So I was much more conversant with Facebook. So I chose Facebook. Okay. So for you, now decide. I hope you're writing, you're jotting. Decide what you want to choose, what platform you want to engage, where do you want to build your followers from. Okay. And one beautiful thing I noticed is, I don't know if you guys know Emeka Nobis. He is a very profound writer, but he's not just a writer. He has other things. That's just the beautiful thing. You can start up as a writer, but when you build, you can always, enter different things, express different potential of yourself, and, make the money you want to make. But before you make the money, you need to build the audience, because if you don't have the audience, you cannot make the money. And there's this principle in business that says people have to know you, like you, trust you before they even, engage with you transactionally. That's money, money wise. Before they can entrust their money to you, like get your value, pay for your value, they need to know you, like you, and trust what you can actually offer. So be active. If you are in a social, if you choose Facebook or you choose Instagram, let it not be that you just come on Instagram just to post and then you zoom off. Nobody become a citizen by just coming in and going out. You can't make impacts by just coming in and going out. If you are a citizen of a country, be there, engage. Let's feel your impact. Let's know what you are doing. So once you choose a particular social media platform, don't just be active only when you want to post online. No, interact with other people's posts, interact with their articles, comment, like, because most times people will say they are not liking their post, they don't like their write-up, nobody's engaging, and you yourself, you're not engaging. One thing engaging with other people's write-up does to you is the fact that it push you out there too. If you write a meaningful comment, like you write something very meaningful, something very wise and impactful, they will see it, like it, they will check your profile, check your page, what are you doing? And they will follow you. Okay, if they don't follow you, at least they will like one of your posts there. They will definitely visit your profile. That's one thing. And the more you get this exposure, the better it is for you as a writer. You need the exposure. So as much as you choose a social media platform, also engage, relate with the country, relate with the other citizen of that country. As I said, let's see Facebook as a country, let's see Instagram as a country. Relate with the citizen, people writing, people doing the same thing you're doing. Relate with their content, engage them. That's the only way you can actually push yourself out there, via their comment section. So this next point, it's actually, I didn't want to add it, but I actually thought of adding it because many people are not the social media type. I understand. But the truth is, if you really want to put yourself out there, you need to leverage on social media. Even if you cannot do it by yourself, if you don't want to do it by yourself, get someone doing it for you. It's as easy as that. Okay. So the next point here is blogging. So, if you're not a social media person, then you should try blogging. You can create your own blog. And the beautiful thing actually is creating a blog is not difficult. You can create a blog for free. Less than 5 minutes, your blog is up and running. Less than 5 minutes. It's as easy as that because AI has made things super, super easy. Okay. So create a blog. And this is what you do when you create a blog. Make sure you are writing something that, resonates so much with you, something that you're passionate about, something that you're obsessed about. So create that blog and make sure what you're writing is something that you're obsessed about. Okay. On the flip side, this is actually good if you want to, have a defined kind of audience. Okay. If you're having a blog and you're writing on, let's say, love, definitely anybody coming to that place to read anything and they see that it's writing, your writing is all about love, love. Maybe the name of the blog is My Love Life or Finding Love. Anybody, by reading that, that by saying that rather, that what you're going to get there is going to be all about love, 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 maybe finding the right one, how to, overcome feeling your crush, how to overcome your ex, something around love and relationship. They already know that this is what you're writing about. So that way it's kind of shaping your audience to a particular set of people. It just make it so defined to a particular set of people. So if blogging is one thing that will work for you, that you feel okay, let me give it a try. But on the flip side, you still need social media, because what I often advise is if you're using blog, you should create excerpts. Okay, you've done your write-up, fine. Create excerpt, then design it, post it on your social media platform, then put the link of your blog there so that they can read the excerpt. Oh, and the excerpt must be very catchy, something that will trigger them to want to read more. Okay, it's just like you giving them like a movie teaser. Is it a teaser or is it trailer? Movie trailer, right? Movie trailer. When you see a movie trailer, they just want to watch the movie. I can't wait. I can't wait. Your excerpt has to be like that to be able to drive them from that place to your blog rather. So create the excerpt, add the link, and then lead them to your blog. It can be on fashion, it can be on money, just anything you're so obsessed with. Write about it and stick to that niche. Okay? Stick to that niche and stick to that niche. Okay, so this particular point is quite tricky, because when people say I want to build my audience, oh, I'm not getting engagement, oh, I'm not getting the likes, oh, I'm not getting comment, nobody's commenting on my post, I'm just posting, I'm fed up, I'm discouraged, da 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 da. And you ask them, okay, what kind of audience do you want to build? So let me ask you all now, what kind of audience do you want to build? If you've not really sat down to think of the kind of audience you want to build, you will find it difficult to actually build an audience. You will find it difficult to build an engaging audience. Imagine as a writer, today you write about, life challenges. Tomorrow you write about relationship. Next tomorrow you write about how to make money. The following day you write about forex. The following one you write about real estate. Like, where exactly are you leading us to? Let us know. Don't confuse your audience. Okay. So what you have to do is sit down, think about it. It's beyond posting, as I said. Writing is beyond you just posting. Engagement is beyond you just writing and posting on your social media platform. No, think, what do I want to offer these people? What kind of audience am I targeting? Especially if you are a writer that, one day you wish to convert your audience into buying or paying for your services, then you need to be very smart about the kind of audience you want to attract. Okay, the kind of audience you want to build. So a very clear question: what kind of audience do you want to build? In my own case, I sat down to analyze and I saw that, okay, based on my writing skill, based on how I write, based on my unique writing, I want to actually create, build an audience that I can influence their character. I can influence how they think, how they see life, how they relate. So my writing is often a relatable piece, regardless of whatever level you are or how literate you are or illiterate you are. My write-up are often very relatable rather. You can check me on Facebook, Hope Olorunfemi, you see there. My write-ups are often relatable. So check, what kind of audience do you want to build? What kind of people do you want to feed? Okay, when you know this, you will know how to, structure your content, structure how you post, structure how you communicate with them online. So the way you write your content, the way you write your, structure your content, the way you even post your content also will determine the kind of audience you really want to, engage, you really want to build. Many people want to build really intelligent audience, but then when you see the write-up self, I mean, when you are spelling and as ND and great is GRT and what else? Two is instead of TO, Abby, it's already two as a number two. You already know the kind of audience you you attract. You know all these people that cannot speak correct English. That's the kind of people you attract. Just be ready and brace up for for such kind of people. Okay. But when you write intelligently, I'm not saying that you should be perfect. Okay, you cannot be perfect, but if you're a writer, your English must be okay. Whatever it is you're writing, it must be okay because you are putting yourself out as somebody that know how to write. And if you definitely know how to write, you won't write as a common person. Let me put it that way. Okay. So I'm going to also tell you about how to, cross write, how you can write in a like you can write in two different languages, pidgin and English, if that's your own style of writing. There are different styles of writing, but in everything you're writing, make sure that you know what you want to offer your audience, what problem you want to solve, what problem do you want to, what solution do you want to provide to your audience, what kind of problem you want to solve for them. That's the only way they can know that, okay, they can trust this person. And when you post, they engage. When you post, they engage. I think one point that I got to that actually, pushed me out there in on Facebook is I think 2020. Yeah, 2020. I had a very rough 2020. The year was very rough for me. But then I spoke to a mentor and he was just telling me, go and take a professional picture, all these pictures on your profile, take a professional picture, portraits. I didn't even know what portrait was as a then. I didn't know what it was until he said, I was not asked what is portrait. He explained that it's a professional headshot, take it there, put yourself out there and all that. So I did that. And immediately I did that, I started seeing people doing things online. Oh, this is how they do it. Oh, this is how they do it. Oh, this is how they do it. And stealing, just one of two things from other persons that I saw online actually also helped me, okay, build my own audience. So you can also build your audience, but know the kind of audience you want to build. And for those who are still confused on what you want to offer their audience, what do you have that you can offer your audience? What do you have that you can offer your audience? So I have a template called The Promise. Okay, so I wrote that in 2022 when I was looking into, fully going into writing. So I had a template called The Promise, and it made me to know what kind of content I'm going to be giving to my audience, what kind of content I want to actually give to my audience. Okay, so have that kind of thing. Sit down as a writer. If you are going to do this, it's not a one-off thing for you. Then sit as a writer. Okay, I want to build an engaging audience. What do I want to offer them? What's the promise I have to give to them? So you have to write it down. And the thing is, what you think other people are not doing that you know how to do is often your selling point. For me, when I went online, I saw the way people are writing. Okay, it doesn't really resonate with her. I like to write like real life. Let us be real with life. Like, let's do it. Not so much articulated words and all that. Let's be real. I like to write like that. And that's how I particularly write. Okay, and it works for me. It actually works for me. So check yourself. Think, what do you know how to do well when it comes to this writing? frame a very good promise that you can work with whoever it is engaging your content. And at a point, I noticed that you only have like 5 seconds of your time to engage anybody online. Once they see your content, in 5 seconds, if you cannot tie them down, they are gone. They are totally gone. So be able to, trap them. Trap them. So what's the promise you are going to use to trap them? If you be talking about their mental health, or if you're a mental health practitioner, you want to start writing about that, fine. Find a way around it. Make a promise that anybody that engage my content, this is the thing, this the content to do to them. This is what it's going to do to their heart. This is what it's going to do to their life. This is the benefit they will get. This is the advantage. What will make them come back to your, to your page to want to read any new post you make? What exactly will that be? Okay, so think about the promise, draft out a template. If you want me to share you my templates, I will not share everything, but I can share a little bit about my template with you. So let me know if you would like to have that. All right, so the next point is niching down. In writing, even as a creative writer, there are different aspects of creative writing. Yeah. So when I was asking you guys to introduce yourself in the group, and I'm saying creative writing, there are different aspects of creative writing. So when you say creative writing, what aspects of creative writing are you actually talking about? Okay. And the truth is, niching down in writing is a game changer in building your loyal audience. For example, you can't write about, I know writers that write about introverts. Some write about war, something dark. They call themselves dark writers. They write about things that are saddening, like war, death, something so brutal. That's what they write about, and that's their writing niche. If you give them any other thing to write, something humorous, they cannot write it. That's their niche. So know your niche. What exactly are you niching down on in writing? If it's creative writing, what aspects of creative writing do you want to niche down in? And the truth is, the more you write, the better you become, and you get to know how you write. Now, it doesn't just come on you. When they say niche down, it's very difficult, because I had that challenge of niching down. Like, how do I actually niche down? I want to go into script writing. I want to also go into, writing books for people, ghost writing. I want to also, write, do creative writing, write from my inspiration, write from stories, lessons from stories I learned, how my day went. Let me, carve it into a story or a point or something, just to write so that people can engage and all that. It's good, but niche down. That's the only way. And for people who wants to actually also make money from writing, you also have to niche down. You need to niche down. You can't do everything. You need to niche down. So let us know how your writing technique is, what your writing skill is, what your writing voice is. If you write humorously, stick with it. Okay, you can have two niches, fine, good, but at least have one that you are very good with. No one that you can, anytime, any day they wake you up, you can actually really, really write that same way. Okay, so there is this author, Susan Cain. She's an author of a book called The Quiet. What she writes about, she's a writer for introverts. Anything aside introvert, she doesn't write, because she herself is an introvert. So she only writes for introverts. And that's already, you already know that if you need anything about introverts, you can go to this person and get it. Not that I need something about introvert I see in your page. I need something about extrovert I see. I need something about making money online. Something, which one exactly are you doing? You're going to confuse your audience that way. So to make your audience really, really engage in your post, they need to know what you are, what you stand for, what is your niche, what you do, what do you put to the table, what solution do you prefer, what problem are you solving by your writing. So stay in one place. Don't move around. Stay in one place. In Jesus' name, stay in one place. So I remember saying we're wrapping this up already, so that if you have any question, you can ask your question. I said I was going to share my own personal, journey with you, and it's like a ladder. I have this slide. If you need it, let me know. Okay, how I started and what I noticed, what I didn't really get to see or read in a book that I learned by experience, and I know that, this is it. Oh, this is something you should not do. Okay, so the first thing is choose a platform. I said that already. Choose whatever platform you want to use. Be familiar with the platform. Engage the platform. Even when you're not getting engagement from the post, if you decide that this is the platform, social media platform you want to stay with, keep doing it. One day, one post we just break you open. That's just it. It to make the way for people to start seeing you, observing and all that. Okay. So I mentioned something called 5 seconds trap. I kind of learned it early. Maybe that was why it actually helped me. But I call it 5 seconds trap. The reading span of people online is very small, like very tiny. Tiny. So their reading span is very tiny. You have just 5 seconds to hold them. If you don't get a grip of them within that 5 seconds, they are gone. Okay? Now, people don't like reading, but if you can write a piece that is long and somebody starts and finish it, then there's something you did different. So my pieces are often quite lengthy. Okay, I'm just trying to, reduce them. But I noticed that even from 2022, I had to go back to some of my posts and I saw that, wow, this piece is so long, but I see comments, see likes. Okay, what happened? What did I do? 5 seconds trap. If the beginning of your write-up is boring, they will not read it. Even me, I will not read it. No matter how creative you are, I will not read it. Because like I have other things to do. I just came online and your post just popped up. Okay, the first 2 lines. Oh, what's this? Or the heading. Oh, what's this? So what I also did was I stopped doing it. I actually used to add headings to all my write-ups on Facebook. I add headings to it. There's an heading, there's an heading, there's an heading. And an heading that would be so captivating that you want to read and it's relatable. One of it is a post on, I titled the post, "My Mom's Prayer is Too Long." That's one. There's another one I titled, "There's Something Yahoo Boys Know That You Don't Know." So there are different kind of posts like that. I just get the controversial, topic and put it there. They see the topic, they want to read it or they want to know what's there. What exactly are you saying? So if your 5 seconds, you only have 5 seconds rather, and within that 5 seconds, you should be able to just hold them like this, and they will get to read. Even if they don't finish reading, but they read to the point that they want to like or they want to comment. Okay, remember you have 5 seconds. People's reading span is like so little, so little. So make use of that 5 seconds. Then writing consistently. Speaking about being consistent, I know you've had consistency. You've overheard consistency. Even myself, when I started, the thing I had issue is what exactly is consistency? What's consistency? Is it writing every day? Do I have to write every day? So for me, I was writing not every day, but I write at least 3 times in a week. So at least 3 times in a week. I'm not saying you should follow my templates, but I'm telling you what I did that you can also maybe factor in and do. You cannot just show up this week, you show up once, and then the next time you are posting is next 2 weeks, or next time you are posting is next 3 weeks or next month, and you want to grow an engaging audience. They would have stolen your audience from you before you come back. Soft. Okay, so if you really want to build an engaging audience, you cannot be disappearing and appearing. Like, no, this space, social media space, is a space for competition. Everybody is fighting to get their audience, so you have to throw some blows with writing consistently. And as I said, consistency doesn't mean every day. It just means you showing up daytime. There was a time I went off Facebook for a while, and by the time I came back, I needed the social media break. So by the time I came back, I was just seeing on my message, see message. Where are you? Where have you been? Why are you not writing? Are you okay? I was like, oh, really? It's kind of touched my heart because I felt like, oh, people really notice what I'm doing. Oh, people really engage my content. People really like my content beyond just likes. Okay, people really want to see me like write. Want to see my new post. Want to see new write-ups from me. I know I kind of, I had to brace up or like, brace up for impact. So to build an engaging audience, you need to be consistent. If you be posting every Wednesday by 6 p.m., stay with it 1 month. Do it for 1 month and see first. If you be posting 3 times a week, maybe in the evenings, do it. Then while I was posting at least 3 times a week. Okay. I mean long, a full a full write-up. But at times I breeze into Facebook and just drop something like an excerpt. Just like you can't say your friend don't love you if you're not expressing that kind of love to him or her. Okay, I just put it and leave. By the time I come back, I still comment that then this one saying no, it's not true. That one saying that's what I want. Complain, argue in the comment section. It's going to drive traffic for me. Okay, so that's just it. You can do that in days that you know that okay, I'm not having this strength to write a full piece. And one of the things I also used to do is I'm a spontaneous writer. I'm not somebody that's we think that okay, I'll be writing every 9 p.m. So by 9 p.m. I'll bring up my book or bring up my pen, then I'll now sit down and be writing. I was not that kind of, it doesn't flow for me that way. So I'm a spontaneous writer. I might be walking on the road and something just pops up in my mind. Oh, really? I type it. Once I type it, I know how to develop it later. Or I might be in church and somebody just say, really, a write-up idea just comes up. Or I'm eating or something. I just remember something that happened and an idea to write just come. And it's, as I said, for me, it's often a relatable thing. Okay, that's my writing type, my writing skill, my writing type. Something relatable, something that is surrounded with life, real life stories, real life happenings. Okay, so if you are that kind of person like me, fine, good. But if you're not somebody like me that you need to sit down and brainstorm, think and all that before you can draft out something, try to create time to do that if it works for you. But for me, it doesn't work. I like to do things spontaneously. And I often have write-ups that I have not even posted, that I've written, that I've not even touched. Okay, so in days that maybe I'm not getting that energy to write, I just go back to my archive. Okay, at this point, let me develop it. Post it on the group on my page, and then it's like, I'm going through this right now. This one I'm going through. Thank you for posting. Good, great, good, great. So do it if it works for you. But if it doesn't work for you, find what works for you. Okay, find what works for you. So the next point is be vulnerable with your audience. Okay, so in when I was going to serve, it's a story. I was going to serve, and I had this confidence in me that I was going to serve in Abuja. I was so confident that nothing will shake. God has told me, no shaking. I was going to serve in Abuja. So my parents were like, they have somebody that can work it for me. And I said, can the person work Abuja? The person said, she can't work Abuja, that she can only work other states, but not Abuja and Lagos. And I was so sure that God told me Abuja. Okay, so don't let me bore you. By the time they posted me, I saw my posting. I was posted to Taraba State. Yeah, I was posted to the far north. That I never. In fact, I had to read state and capital again to know. Okay, Taraba Jalingo, Taraba Jalingo. Oh, really? There are some states that you've only read like state and capital that you've never ever imagined yourself in the next 20, 30 years or your entire life visiting. Yeah, I went to Taraba. So I was crying and all and everything. And my eyes were swollen. So the following day after the OTS and all, I took a picture and I posted while I was in camp. I think I tagged that post, "Some of us still cry." Yeah, that was the title of the post, "Some of us still cry." And I just had to put it there that it's been a lot of emotional damage. Emotional damage. So it's been a lot of emotional damage, a lot of things for me to handle. And there's some point that you get to break down and cry. And it's okay to cry, you're human, doesn't mean you're weak. Okay, so I just put it out there. That kind of shows that I'm vulnerable. I have feelings. I'm not just one AI behind creating posts and posting and just creating content or creating a write-up and posting. I'm human too. They need to feel it. They need to have that emotional connection with you. And the only way they can do that is you not just always coming up to write and build your character, and be a good person like me now. I don't backbite, I don't do this. My dear, if you have backbite before, excuse me, my lord, once a sinner, never a sinner. You can just put it out there that, oh, okay, while I was growing, I made a mistake that, I really regret. And, I've grown and become better. I actually lied or I did something and da 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 da. But be wise about it. When you're being vulnerable, be very wise about it. Know the information you're supposed to give and the one you're not supposed to give. Okay? So, as I said, share your pain, share your mistakes, share your failures, you know, make it a write up and share it with them. The next point is your writing skill determine your engagement. So many people complain about them not getting engagement. And by the time I go and check how they're writing, your writing skill is like you are commanding. You are commanding your children. You cannot get engagement like that. People will just scroll and pass. One very good writing technique is the persuasive tone. That tone works. It works. The persuasive tone, it works like magic. So try it. Instead of you lashing out at people, and your writing technique matters a lot. For somebody like me, I use stories, as I said. Whatever it is you're doing, just make sure you know how to go about it. Just make sure you know how to go about it. Your writing techniques matters a lot if you are going to gain traction, if you are going to get engagement, if you are going to really, get that full engagement you want on your social media platform. How do you write? Okay, and to know which one works for you, I already found what works for me. But to know which works for you, you need to try different kind of writing techniques. Check online, you see the way people write, different types. Try it. If it works, see what works for the little audience you seem to have. Okay, many a times when you come hard on people, it doesn't work, except when you come vulnerable and, as I said earlier. So the next thing is branding and marketing in writing is a whole lot. Branding and marketing aspects is for money. Okay, that one is for money. If you want to actually make money on via writing, if you want to make money in writing, you need to know how to brand yourself. You need to know how to market your content. Okay, at times you might need to. I think I ran sponsored post on my write up twice. Yeah, sponsored to twice. I think about 5,000 naira each. Then was it 5,000, 1,000? I can't really remember. But I ran sponsored posts on my write ups twice, and it didn't really work. Yeah, it did. It gave me the traction, like engagement, but not really like that. So I just did it twice. But if you try it, if it works for you, good. And that will be all. I don't want to talk much on branding and marketing because that would be like another discussion on another day. It's a very, very solid part of our discussion. So the last thing is be authentic. Be authentic. Jason Hillett said something. He said, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Okay. If you say you want to be like this, you want to write like this, there are people already doing that. Why not just be yourself? Okay. I'm this kind of person that at times in my write-up, I chip in pidgin or I chip in Yoruba. If you don't understand, I always interpret though. But if you don't understand, I just left to you. Well, man, those that relate to it. Okay, but don't beat yourself too much to want to sound so grammatically strong and you're using grammar that you have to use dictionary to even check. This audience you want to build, they don't have time to be checking the dictionary to get to understand what you're saying. Make it very simple. Simplicity. If you notice Emeka Novice, his contents are often very simple and relatable. No drama, no checking of dictionary, no wahala. Simple and relatable. Okay? So be yourself, be authentic, be simple. Okay? And if you're not a simple person, you have to learn simplicity. Okay? And the thing is, if you are kind of a writer that loves to, mix, you code mix, that is mixing 2-3 languages together to write a post, there's a way to do it better that will actually also work. For me, if I see a writer that, has this touch of authenticity, you are writing in English and then there's a touch of pidgin. It used to resonate so much because my background, I grew up in Lagos. So we speak pidgin a lot. So I kind of like it when I hear it. So when I now see it in the content, I can relate. Like you dey get. So be real, be authentic, be yourself. Okay, no one can write the way you write. So write the way you write. Don't copy and paste other person's writing. Be yourself. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like somebody else. Be who you are. Be Mary, be Debbie, be Bukum, be Elizabeth. Be who you are. Okay. And I think the last thing I would like to say is don't give up. Engagement will take a while. Okay. Don't give up. The moment you are trying to build the audience, if you build the audience well, if you take a year to build your audience very well, it will not be difficult for you to sell other services you do or other things you do to them. It will be easier to buy. It will be easier for them to buy from you, buy your products, you know, get access to your courses, want to purchase your courses and all that. Emeka Nubis, one thing I saw that he did, he started off as a writer, okay, but he started selling online courses. How to build your own course, how to do this as a writer, how to do that as a writer. I started doing that. And now this man, although he had a page, yeah, he had a page on Facebook that had grown so long, so much, sorry, that had grown so much that it got deactivated. I think it got hacked. And then to date, he hasn't been able to recover from it yet. But he already, you know, opened another new page. And then I think there are about thousands of followers there too, but not as much as the old page he had. Okay, and it still started up as a writer. That's the thing. Writing, write it. Let it be relatable, not necessarily too long, but something that people can relate to. And don't come hard on people, because lately the kind of write-ups I've been seeing is more like a do or die affair, like sledgehammer on somebody's head. Don't come on people like that. Be vulnerable, be soft, at the same time be firm. It's whatever it is you are writing. So I hope this discussion really helped you. If you have any question, just drop it in the group. I will answer on the group. I'll type or send a voice note on the group. So if you need slide, if you need my template, let me know. Share it with you for free. That's the essence of being in a community. So thank you guys for joining this evening. Thank you so much. It's good to have you on board. And we'll be having our next session, our next discussion next week.